Good day, citizens. It is 5:06 p.m. Eastern Time. It's 5:06 p.m. Eastern Time on 9/23/2021. Today's video is a continuation of my what is an NFT? Why are people buying NFTs? Somebody messaged me that I think is a pretty cool person, so I'm gonna make this video. Shout out to you, Bob. Survivor Bob. So this video is specifically dedicated to you, buddy, and to the people who may find their way here. I hope that I can pass some knowledge of this space on to you and clear a few things up and teach you in your crypto journey. Before I begin here, well, I guess my notepad got deleted, but I'll go ahead and I'll write them out, the missions of this video. But before I do that, brief disclaimer: I am not a certified financial advisor. I am just a common guy, common citizen, military background, but that don't really mean nothing depending on how you look at it. I started my crypto journey in 2017. I have a couple years in this space and I have did really well. I've made thousands of dollars. I've lost thousands of dollars. I've made the stupid mistakes that a lot of new people do, and I've recovered, and I have a lot of experience in this space that I'm going to try to share with you so you don't make the same mistakes that I made, and hopefully it saves you from those losses that I have acquired. But don't get me wrong, I'm doing all right. I've made substantial amounts of percentage gains. I don't need no charity, and that's not what this is about. But let's talk about the NFTs here. Before you buy an NFT, you might want to know what blockchain do you want to use, right? So you might want to say, hey, what blockchain, what am I about? What blockchain do I like, right? There's a lot of concerns with green energy, gas fees, right? So we'll put in gas fees. So what are gas fees, right? On a network, right? Let's say you're using Ethereum. When you do an Ethereum trade, you have to pay a small bit of Ether to the network. And that can get real expensive and it can get kind of cheap. It just depends on how much traffic is on a network. There's also blockchains such as Wax. Wax is super cheap. The coin doesn't cost too much money, right? And the gas is really low, but you have to stake some Wax to minimize your gas fee. So the more Wax you have staked on the platform, the more transactions you can do a day, and then after a day it resets. So that's different than Ether. Ether, the gas price goes up and down based on traffic, but there's always a gas fee. And then on Wax, there's always a gas fee too, but as long as you're staking, it resets. So I hope that's kind of clarifying it there. Then you have things like Cardano, which you just pay a couple coins or 1 or 2 coins based on the traffic in the platform as well, whatever fees are involved. So you want to pick a blockchain. You might want to see how much money you have, and you want to be aware of gas fees. Once you do that, you're going to want to create a wallet, right? Well, there's things such as MetaMask. You have EuroE. There's many wallets out there, but you want to, when you create a wallet, and this is real important, you create something when you create a wallet called a seed phrase, okay? This seed phrase is a bunch of words, right? You do not ever want to lose this bunch of words, because this bunch of words contains your blockchain address. And you might say, well, what's a blockchain address, right? A blockchain address is a alpha numeric sequence, right? And that's your blockchain address. And just for an example here, we're going to get off of Twitter there. We're going to get out of my EuroE wallet. And you're going to see here on MetaMask, I have this right here. This is a blockchain address. And then, well, what we were talking about before, right? You want to pick a blockchain. A blockchain runs on a network. And here you can see I am on the Ethereum network. And that uses the Ethereum blockchain, right? But there's other things out there too, such as the Wax blockchain. There's Rarible. And then here, let's say you don't want to mess with all this complicated stuff, right? You also have this right here, which is called Vive. And I don't have nothing to tie my cell phone into recording software, but this is an example of a platform that does NFTs too, and it does it on your cell phone, right? So that's something to be aware of. Once you create a wallet, be it MetaMask or EuroE or some other type of wallet for whatever crypto you want to do. It could also be a wax wallet. You're going to need some crypto, right? And well, where can you get crypto? And this is going to depend on where you are in the world. So I'm not trying to segregate anyone, not trying to cut off anyone, but I am in North America. And in North America, we have what I call the four kings, right, of crypto. And those four kings are Coinbase, right? You have Kraken, right? You have the Gemini exchange, which is owned by the Winklevoss twins. If you don't know about them, interesting guys. I highly suggest looking into them. There's a whole bunch of drama there with the creator of Facebook. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm more like the Winklevoss twins than Mark Zuckerberg. But I'm going to end that there. So Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini. And what's the fourth one? Well, I'm going to say Binance. Binance US specifically. If you want to use the other Binance, this is a disclaimer. I'm not advocating for any type of criminal activity or any type of shady business or tax evasion. But I do know that people use VPNs to access the other Binance because it has more coins. Now, all these exchanges offer different coins. There's other exchanges where they are not regulated. These four exchanges do something called KYC. Now, what is KYC? KYC is a verification process, right? They will ask you, and this sketches some people out, but this is just the way it is because they are fiat on-ramps and fiat off-ramps. So they ask for a picture of your ID, so your license or your state ID, so that they can verify your tax information because crypto is a taxable thing. It's not like everybody thinks. A lot of people think this is going to be a long video, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. So if you don't have yourself a snack or drink, or if you're not in the mindset, you might want to step away and come back later or watch this video in chunks. Should have said that to begin with, but I want to clarify that now. But KYC, they have to know who you are because in the North America and most other countries, you have here in America we have the Securities Exchange Commission. Not going to get political in this video, but they track the money and they follow these coins and they want to cut down on terrorism and crime and all that. Even though people do the same thing with dollars, they are trying to put up the good fight. At least that's what they're going to tell you. But like I said, I'm not going to get political. So, but it's also safe because it makes sure that you can access your things in the event of an emergency, or if let's say something happens to you, right, and your money's in this account, your son or your daughter or somebody, they can get into your account. Back in the day, they couldn't do that. And back in the day, when people lost their seed phrases, there was no recovery. So this is a real note, and this is real important. You never give your seed phrase to anyone. You'll see on Twitter, and you'll see these people, they'll post these fake links to Google Documents and stuff saying, well, we'll recover your account. We just need your seed phrase. Never give your seed phrase to anyone, or they will have all of your crypto. It's that simple. I'm telling you that right now, ladies and gentlemen. You never give your seed phrase to anyone. You write it down. You keep it. They say not to take a picture and store it on your desktop or your cell phone because someone can steal it. That's your choice. But I'm telling you, you never give your seed phrase to anyone because that's how they take your wallet. And if you lose your seed phrase, you will lose your crypto. You will never be able to recover it. That's very important. Very, very important. That's how thousands of people lost millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin because they lost those seed phrases. These exchanges will custody your crypto for you, right? You won't have a seed phrase to remember. But you will also be restricted and limited to the exchanges to access your coins. So a lot of people will create a wallet such as like I have here with MetaMask or EuroE or the Binance wallet or even a Tron wallet. That way you have your seed phrase, right? And you can move your keys and you can move your crypto at will. So that's a big difference between having your keys yourself and custodying your crypto versus the exchanges custodying your crypto. There's a lot of responsibility when you custody your own crypto. All right, but we have a saying in this space: not your keys, not your crypto. Just remember that when the exchanges have your crypto, they control it. Right? It's just like the banks have your money. You make a run on the banks and they don't have it. They don't have it. If you have that wallet that's full of money, you have that money. So that's food for thought. So that's how you would buy crypto. You'd create a wallet and then you would send, right? I'm going to do a little example for you guys. I am not going to purchase crypto right now because I have crypto, but I'm going to do something that's very similar just to give you guys an experience here. I'm going to go to my Cardano wallet. Now, don't be getting all funny because of what I got. We're going to go to overview, and I have some Cardano, right? And just for a example, you could always create your Coinbase, get verified, verify your email, link your bank accounts, buy crypto, buy all that. But I am going to personally switch some Cardano to Ethereum, right? So let's say you have some Cardano in your wallet. You can come over here to convert. I will choose, there's many coins on Coinbase you can use. So this is a good example. I'm going to come down here to, or you know what, I'll just type it in. The ticker symbol for Ethereum is ETH. And there you go. You can see that's Ethereum. I am going to convert. Well, let's see what $100 worth of Cardano will give me in Ethereum. I will preview the convert here. And you can see that $100 worth of Ethereum right now, which is 44.48 ADA, will give me 0.03 ETH. I'm going to actually get a little bit more than that. I will do $200, right? And you can see I have a total of 860. Let's actually go higher. We'll do $400. Screw it. We have $1,858.60 in my Cardano balance. I'm going to convert $400 right now, and that will give me 0.124563. What a blah blah ETH, right? I'm going to go ahead and click to convert. It's going to do its thing. Now, I have two-factor authentication on. I highly suggest you do the same. Link your accounts to your cell phone or to some form factor of authentication, right? So I'm going to go to my account here, and the Ethereum should pop up here in a second. You gotta let the system do its thing in-house. You can see that right here I have 0.12456 Ethereum, right? Now, let's say you have created a MetaMask wallet, right? You have this MetaMask wallet. You wrote down your seed phrase, you're logged in, you're here. Sometimes you will have assets right here and you won't have nothing here yet, right? You'll have to scroll down to the bottom and hit add token. Some tokens you can just put in a ticker symbol and they will pop up. If that is not the case, this is what you can do. You can come to CoinMarketCap, right? You can click on the coin, and this will work for Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain or any type of network, and you can usually get their address. As you can see, this is the Binance Smart Chain Ethereum address for MetaMask. So if I was on the Binance Smart Chain on my wallet, I could come there and add that. Now, being as you're on the Ethereum mainnet and you click this, it is automatically going to be an Ethereum address. So I'm going to send crypto from Coinbase to this address so you can see it in real time. So I'm going to copy my crypto wallet address. This is my address that I will send crypto to. This is the address that my NFTs will be on for Ethereum. I will come back to Coinbase. I will put in send all in ETH. I will put that address into, and just to confirm it, we're going to click here and check the first 4, 5, 6 digits, right? 0x52f8. 0x52f8. Good to go. My optional message, I might put just for MetaMask, right? I'm going to click continue, right? And you're going to see here there is a network fee. What is this network fee? Well, that is the gas fee that we're talking about. Every transaction you do, there is a gas fee. And we're going to hit send now. It's going to ask me for my confirmation code for my authenticator app. Like I said, you should always use a two-factor form of security. That way no one can steal your coins. There's hackers out there. I'm sure there's some prick that might come along this video and want to steal my stuff. That's just the way it is. Tons of scammers, tons of hackers, tons of haters. I put in that code off my authenticator app, which is changing every 30 seconds. And bam. And it says this usually takes less than 10 minutes, right? there's something we can do, ladies and gentlemen, to check that, and this is why I love blockchain. We can click this, right? And as we can see, there are 0 confirmations. But we can actually click this address here. It will pop up on Etherscan. And we can see here that a transaction ticket will be made. All right? So, we're just going to wait a second. We're going to let this load, and then eventually it's going to pop up in my wallet. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that I have moved. So if I would have bought Ethereum, it would have been in my wallet and moved just like that. I converted some of my Cardano into Ethereum and moved it into my wallet. That's how crypto works. You can do that with other blockchains, and you can even do that with NFT staking rewards, which I will show you later on. But that is an example of how to move crypto from the exchange. Now, things to note, that did charge me a gas fee, so that did cost me a little bit of money. But what I was talking about with that confirmation here is, it's not showing it yet, but we'll refresh it. And on the network, there will be a ticket, right? So we can click this, and we can go to activity. We can click this receive, and we can go view on Etherscan, correct? And we can see that it actually has 5 blockchain confirmations. And that means that it's already went through the whole blockchain and through the miners 5 times and been confirmed. And you can see here that it knows that it came from Coinbase. It tells you the dollar amount, how much Ether, and then it'll even tell you the transaction fee that it cost me at the time of the transaction, $5.12. So you have to be aware of, when you're doing transactions, different blockchains charge different gas fees in amount of coins, and they have different protocols. These are all digital contracts. It's a lot of knowledge I'm throwing at you. So that was a transaction to get me some Ethereum. Well, you might ask, well, why did I do that, right? Well, let's come to OpenSea. OpenSea is a platform where you can buy many NFTs, right? Many NFTs. So if you figured out what blockchain you want to use, you go ahead and made your wallet, and you've written down your seed phrase, and you got it in a safe place where you'll never lose it. You finally verified your account somewhere, or figured out where you're going to get crypto to send to your wallet, and then you send it to your wallet, right? Well, now this is the next step. The next step is, I want to buy those NFTs, right? I got my crypto. I'm ready to go. What do I buy? Well, there's a whole world of NFTs, ladies and gentlemen. Here on OpenSea is a good example for a lot of Ethereum things. You can buy land. You can buy clothing. You can buy pictures. You can buy racehorses. There's so many things you can buy on OpenSea. It is ridiculous. So we'll go here, and we're going to say, let's say we want to buy, just for the sake of it, we want to buy some art, right? And we'll see here, these weird pieces of art are popping up, right? But let's go here, and let's put recently sold, so we can see what's selling, what's hot, right? And you can see these guys are selling. Now, there's a couple of things you need to know when you are on OpenSea, okay? This is a sneaky vampire. We're going to click it. For that, I want to go back and show you something. You see these blue check marks? Just like Twitter, that is a verified project. Now, this is specifically for OpenSea, but there's other blockchains that will do the same thing. And we can go to, I believe I have CNFT down here. CNFT is for Cardano, and I believe they do the same thing, and it has a yellow check mark, meaning it's verified. And this is some Cardano city. You can do the same thing. I use my EuroE wallet, and I own Cardano NFTs. Remember, NFTs are on blockchains, and each NFT project might be on a different blockchain. So if you don't, let's say instead of choosing a crypto, you might want to choose the NFT and then buy that crypto and make a wallet for that crypto specifically. And we explained that a exchange holds a wallet versus you privately holding your wallet. This MetaMask wallet is my wallet, right? The Coinbase wallet is my wallet also, but Coinbase has all that money. Now, I can move it around, sure, but if Coinbase ever shuts off, I have no access to it, but I do have access to my MetaMask. Difference between somebody else custodying your coins versus personal custody. I always recommend personal custody unless you're in a sell or in a bull trend where you might want to sell some coins. This, like I said, I'm not a certified financial advisor, but you might want to have some coins spread out on different exchanges in case one exchange goes down. You can actually sell those coins if you plan to sell. That's a little bit of advice that I learned in the last bull market because exchanges went down because they couldn't handle capacity. So back to OpenSea, right? We're looking at the projects. We see that there's some verified projects. We see they're going for 1 Ether. I don't have 1 Ether. But let's say I want to get a Z racehorse, right? And you can see that Z Run is the verified project. We can click it here. Before we even buy anything off of this, we can see what the going rate is for racehorses, right? Before even that, we can see, well, they have a Twitter account right here, and they have a website. So things you definitely want to pay attention for. You want to pay attention for verified collections. You want to pay attention to the owners, the items, and the floor price, because there's tons of scammers out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is just like everything else. There's hackers, there's scammers. You want to be careful. Sometimes it helps. You might want to jump in the Discord, and you might want to verify the project by jumping into their Discord and getting their website. Almost all projects have a Discord link on their Twitter. Just for sakes, we'll click here and we'll go here and we can see that they have a Discord linked right on their page. See that? Perfect example. Inside of most Discords, there is a shilling channel where people list tons and tons of other projects. So let's see if I can find it here on, this is One Shogun. They are a NFT that I hold. They are trying to create a game. Not advising you or disadvising you to buy this NFT, but just for an example here. Oh, let's see. Where are they at? I'm terrible at this shilling game. I'm not about it. We'll deviate for a second here. One of the downsides of these Discord groups are they want you to invite people and spam invites to other people to actually get more people involved with the project, and in doing that they will whitelist you so you have priority in buying before the main project goes live. And you can see that here. Here's tons of projects that are being listed. It's a double-edged sword. You can find a lot of cool projects, but you also, these projects whitelist people to buy early and support the project who sometimes can't even afford to buy the NFTs. So that's, just be aware of that. Some people also just openly recommend projects that really have no purpose. They might be hit or miss. They might not be that good. They might be great. It's to get away from the money aspect. You shouldn't be buying more than you can afford to lose, and you should be doing this for fun or for a hobby. It's not all about the money, man. I know people make it all about the money, but come on, man. There's more to life than the money. I mean, some of this art's really interesting. It's really cool to look at. But inside these Discords, you can usually find a shilling channel, or somebody will link you to another project. Just never give away your seed phrase, and never give anyone your crypto that you do not. You just don't send people your crypto, man. No, they're not going to give you 1,000 for 100. That's not a reality. They're not going to recover your wallet if you give them your seed phrase. They're going to steal everything you own. Another project I'm looking into is Hollow. I think the artwork on this one looks really cool. Just some things that I'm in is this Hollow project. I'll show you a sneak peek. I'm whitelisted on this one to buy some of this. I'm in Cardano City for ADA. I bought some Samurai Doge. I have a One Shogun. I'm not whitelisted, but I plan to buy a Mecha NFT, which are going to mint for 0.2 when they come out. And then this Shogun Samurais, the artwork looks pretty cool, so I might get involved with that. But these are just some examples. You don't have to buy what I'm buying. I'm just saying there's thousands and thousands of projects, but this is the way to look at them. You usually want to see if they're verified. You want to see how many owners there are. And the floor price is what would the last item sell for. That's the floor price. And then you can see the volume traded. Altogether, Zed Run has traded 31.1 Cardano. That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. And you can break this down further. You can click it, right? And you can see the analytics of what the average horse is selling for and how much the project has sold in the last year and in time frames if you really want to deep dive into the project, right? So I just showing you some examples. I'm going to show you guys this one because I want to blow your mind. I'm going to get rid of Zed Run here. There is real potentials to make real money in this market. Like I said, I'm not about the money, but some people are. I want you to see that the crypto punks here are just this one sold 20 minutes ago for 159 Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen. 159 Ethereum. Let's look at what the price of Ethereum is again. You do the math, ladies and gentlemen. That was a $300,000 trade. Over a $300,000 trade. That is crazy. But that's the power of NFTs. Some of them go for a lot of money. Some of them don't. Some of them tied to gaming. Some of them are being sold so they can fund the development of games. Some of them are just pictures of art. Some of them are digital land. Some of them are titles to songs, like royalty rights and stuff. There's all kinds of things in the NFT world. Let's get back to OpenSea. We're going to close out this one. We're going to go to the one that I'm on. Here's a couple of mine. I have these two web domains for the .crypto. I have these that are tied to the sandbox, right? These are assets that I can build inside of my sandbox lands that I own right here. And you can see I have people offering me 0.22 ETH for my digital lands. I have two samurai dogs for samurai doge. I have crypto ricks and I have a one shogun. I'm not lying to you. Those are my real investment holdings. These are NFTs that I personally own. So you can verify I'm not blowing smoke up your bottom. That's the power of blockchain as well. But you can, like I said, you can analyze the market. You can look at the crypto ricks. You can see what real people are paying for. And you can try to invest in NFTs and flip them if that's your game. Personally, it's not mine. But something that I might want to buy right now, I'm kind of trying to hold off until these projects go live. But I will look for a male samurai doge. And this will be a good example. Do you see how there's these different samurai doges? These are scammers. These are scammers who are trying to mimic this samurai doge and take people's money. These people are trash and they ought to be ashamed of themselves for trying to scam people, okay? That's not cool. Guys, don't do that. Don't fall for that. Don't send these assholes your money. You want to click the project, right? And this is very important because they're going to do some things that are really garbage. You see how it's the Twitter, the Medium, the Discord and everything? Some of these people will create fake listing sites, and because this doesn't have a check mark, you might actually go to their site thinking you're going to get one. There's ways to combat this. The way to combat it is to actually go to their Discord, right? Make sure it's the Discord. Come up top here, see how many people are in here, and make sure that it's the proper people. Maybe talk around, feel out the project for a second, right? This is one way to combat the counterfeitism. And then you could usually they'll have a site over here for rules, announcement, roadmap, welcome, and you'll see something called links. And this is where you can go for the websites. They usually link OpenSea because OpenSea is main traffic. Mainly this is for Ethereum projects, but you get the point. And you can see here we can also click the Samurai Doge website. We can connect our wallet because we are on the Ethereum blockchain. We'll go ahead and let this load. And almost all projects have a explanation and a roadmap of what their products are about. And you can see that they're going to make a game. They're going to have their own tokens called Han, which will be their game currency, and you're going to be able to fight your miniature doges inside the game, and you're going to be able to breed your doges. So, me personally, I have 2 female doges in my possession on my wallet. So let's say I want to get a male one, right? I might want to come here and I can see that this says armor male, or I can see that this says animal, and I'm going to look for something that lets me know that it's a male, right? And you can see here there's 671 females, 652 males. I'm looking specifically for a male. There's a couple different things I can do. I could flat out buy one for what it's listed at, correct? Or I could put in a bid for a certain Samurai Doge, or you can do this for other NFT assets as well. You can also favorite it, and I'll go ahead and do that just for just for the sake of it. And that means I can follow that NFT on its journey and see what it sells for and goes for. The thing about harding these though is sometimes it makes the owner feel like it's worth more and they won't sell. As you can see, this guy has an offer for 0.05 and the price is at 0.05. But because it has 3 hearts, this guy might be, well, I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to come here. It says price low to high already. And I'm going to find one that I kind of think looks cool, right? I kind of think this guy right here looks a little neat. But this guy, he's got a hat, like a helmet going on. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go look at him. And I can say, well, do I want this NFT? He's going for $189. Ladies and gentlemen, that's expensive. I'm not saying that you want to do Ethereum. You might want to do another project. I'm going to show you a cheaper project after that. You can see that this guy minted this Samurai Doge 6 days ago, and he paid 0.06 ETH. Okay? That's what this means when it means minted. It means he was whitelisted, and he went in and he minted the asset. So, he's the original owner. Now, I could go ahead and I could buy this for the 0.06 because I know based on the project they're going to be minting for 0.07. So that's actually below what the minting price is going to be for the next batch. I hope that's making sense to you. I don't personally think I'm going to buy this one. I want to continue to look. So I'm going to go back to the market and just browse around for a second and see what's going on. And it took away my search criteria, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that back on. We're going to put mail. Go price. Low to high. And this stuff's really graphically intensive, so while I'm recording, it's kind of going to probably be a pain in the butt to actually show up. But you can see this one right here is going for 0.039. Now we can break this down further. We can see that this is his traits, right? Now, different projects have different traits. It can be color, it can be backgrounds, it can be all kinds of things. But you can always define rarity of an NFT based on the traits. So that's another thing to note. I don't know why this isn't showing up that great. Here they go. They're finally popping in. I kind of want one with a mask. Don't really want to pay the 0.06, but I might end up paying that 0.06. This isn't exactly a cheap hobby. Well, you know what? I might just buy this guy. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy this guy right here. He's 0.045 just because I want to show you a live transaction. He's been viewed 12 times and he's on 2 favorites. He has been sold a couple times already. We can see when he was originally minted, the first time this guy listed him, he listed him for 0.2, which is 0.20. And then he had an offer, he canceled, he listed, he canceled. This guy's all over the place with what he's trying to do. Maybe there's another NFT he wants to grab. So he's doing a lot of listing and relisting, okay? We're going to go ahead and buy this guy. We're going to hit checkout. You can see that this project gives you 5% royalties. You can see here that with the gas fee, I'm paying about $215 for this. Might be good, might not be good, right? You can also edit the gas fee and make it lower, but it makes the transaction take a little longer. I'm going to go ahead and do that just to see what happens. But be advised on Ethereum, if the gas fee is too low, your transaction could fail and you will lose the money. And that is just an insanely ridiculous amount of gas fees. Holy shit. Up to 87. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't recommend trading on Ethereum. It's at least not right now. And it'll say my purchase is processing. I'll let that go through. So this is going through. This is a real transaction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to click out. I'm going to come back over here, click my profile. And you can see that these are the 2 that I originally owned. We're going to click my MetaMask ID. And we can see that that purchase is actually It's going through the blockchain right now as me and you are speaking. While that's going through, I want to talk about a couple other projects that are out there. You have Super Rare, where you can buy NFTs with the I don't know which coin they use. I believe that it says right here they use Rare. So that's another one. You have Vive, which is for the cell phone. You have CNFT, which is a Cardano marketplace. But unlike I just showed you on the Ethereum network, because Cardano just launched smart contracts, this is kind of old school. You have to buy it from someone and then they have to be online and confirm it and then they send it to you. So I don't advise right now buying projects on CNFT. I'd actually hold off until the smart contract thing actually goes live. Just my personal opinion and my advice to you. Take it and run with it. But you might say, well, why did he just pay all that for this Samurai Doge? Well, I think it's going to be cool. They're going to create a game where you can fight, kind of like Axie Infinity. And you can see here where it says breathe the next generation. That means I'm going to be able to mint more Samurai Doges in the future. And people love Doge, so I don't know. That's why I'm buying that. It's kind of ridiculous, but I just showed you that some of these things end up making $300,000. So take that what you will. But let's say you don't know what projects you want, right? You can always type in NFT on Twitter, and you will find a never-ending supply of people posting about NFTs. And here's Snoop Dogg himself. He's got some a sandbox game thing going right here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was posted 5 hours ago, and not to toot my own horn, but I have these sandbox NFTs here that I've had for quite a bit. I minted this 3 months ago. Just to give you an example of things progress slowly, but as influencers and more people get involved, things continue to grow. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't pay nowhere near what I'm getting offered for this. If you're unfamiliar with the sandbox, I'd look into it. It's kind of like Minecraft. You can actually buy assets and buy NFTs and use those NFTs, such as this wizard, in your game, and that will become a playable NPC for you to interact with. You can make them do that. Really interesting project. Highly recommend you look into it. But let's say you don't want to do none of them, right? Well, there's another great thing that I like, and it's called Wax. Wax, I'm kind of a fanboy. I like it. But there's a couple things you should know about Wax. Say you want to make a Wax wallet, you might want to type in Wax wallet in Google. You'll get this. You'll come here. I already have one, but your first time they will ask you to create one. And then, like I said, you'll get a seed phrase. You create that seed phrase. You write it down, and you don't lose that seed phrase. I cannot stress this enough. You'll end up getting a wallet address like this, right? Well, that's your receiving address. That's your address. If you say, hey, dude, send me this NFT, that's the address you would give them, because that's the address all your NFTs would be on. The cool thing about Wax is, we'll click the D apps here. The NFTs are mine. You can see they have things like Robotech. They got Street Fighter. They got some Atari like cartridge images. They got Bratz if you have a daughter. They have this Wax Arena is kind of like a PvP game. If you follow BitBoy, his comics is here. They have these skulls which are pretty cool. They're like Vocaloid. They're trying to make like the Hatsune Miku thing, the next generation, where you'll have these girls singing in digital format, and then you'll have these like collector's cards and tickets tied to it. Then you got this game Prospect. There's so much stuff out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just images. It's not just digital land. You can literally buy assets and create games. You can race those Z race horses. I've made videos on that as well. But let's say you create this Wax wallet and you want to buy some Wax. Well, there's a couple ways to do that. You would come over here and you hit buy Wax, and you can always do it on something like KuCoin, BitterX, Binance. Find an exchange that actually sells it. You can move your crypto from Coinbase to that exchange, kind of like how I just sent the Ethereum to my Ethereum wallet. That's how you move coin between exchanges as well. You have a receiving address you'll get from the one exchange. You'll send it to that, and boom, that's how you move crypto and you start trading. Just the same way you saw me convert Cardano. It's a lot of information in this video. But then the cool thing about Wax is, depending on where you live, you can actually just flat out buy it. New York, Vermont, Washington, New Mexico, Nevada, Louisiana, Hawaii, and Alaska are the following states in the U.S. where they're not going to let you do this. But in any state other than that, you can actually just flat out buy some Wax with credit card if you want to do that. Or you can use something called Change Now. I have a video in my previous videos back there where you can do that. So let's say you go to Coinbase or any of those other exchanges I mentioned, and we have our Ethereum in our wallet, right? We can come up here. I don't see why it's popping up here. It should pop up ETH. I don't know why ETH is not popping up. Oh, that's why, it's already there. So we'll go from ETH to Wax, correct? And WaxP is the currency for this. Let's say we want to send 0.02 of our ETH to our wallet and get some Wax. We could actually do that. We could hit exchange, and then on the next window, it would give us a address. It would ask us for our Wax address, and that would be the address right here, right? We would put that in as our receiving address, and then it would say send the ETH to this address, and that's when you would come to MetaMask. You would click send, and you would send that amount of ETH, right? You'd click this, you'd put in the address, and you would send the ETH. I don't need to do that. I have a little bit here, but that's an example. But let's say you're sitting on this page, you have a little bit of Wax, and you're like, what am I going to buy with it? Well, there's a couple options. You could click here and buy some baseball cards. You could pick a game, or you could go just click through these one by one and find one. Or you can be like, well, man, I really like Street Fighter, right? So you could click the Street Fighter, and it's going to bring you to the Street Fighter page. And you're going to be able to see all the cards, right? And then you're going to sign in. You're going to hit your Wax Cloud wallet and sign in. And you'll be able to view this as it. And the cool thing about it is, the more cards you own, there's leaderboards. But you can also see what their catalog is and everything they have. You can do the same thing on Atomic Hub, which is like the eBay kind of version of NFTs. You could come here and you could say, well, what is Street Fighter? I don't know if it's, sometimes they're in different names than what they are actually spelled. So be advised about that. It's actually called stf.capcom. That's Street Fighter on Atomic Hub. And you can see here we have some of these like buttons, right? And you can see they're going for like 7 cents. Well, that's pretty cool, right? I'm not sure which one of these I own because I have them staked on a game called Our Planet, which, let me find, is right here. And I can come down here and you can actually see, this is another thing. Instead of just buying NFTs and selling them and trading them, you can also stake your NFTs on some games and earn that game's currency. So here you can see I am making 67 Aether from this Wax game on Our Planet, and I can actually collect 201.21 right now. Now that's really low because of my last video that I made, I collected, in the video before that I made, because I've remade this video about 3 times now. But I can click here and I can see that I have all these staked, right? I own most of these buttons already. But because they are staked, I can't see them on Atomic Hub because they're not in my possession right now. They're in the possession of Our Planet. Now you might say, well, that sounds dangerous. Well, I'm not really worried about it. I'm making the Aether, and that's pretty cool. But here's a cool thing about doing that. Let's say you buy these NFTs, right? Let's say you get into a game where you can stake your assets early. This is something really, really cool, and this is something a lot of people do in the early days to make money. I log into my Wax wallet here, and as I'm logged in, my wallet, because it holds all these addresses. Now, mind you, this is a different wallet than my MetaMask wallet. This is my Wax wallet. You can see here that I don't have any Aether because I already converted it into Wax. But you can actually trade game currencies that are on blockchain on these in these decentralized exchanges. So think if you could take play No Man's Sky, let's say you can trade your No Man units, or you could trade them for like some Fortnite V-Bucks. That's the next level where I think gaming is going to go in the future, and I hope you have an open mind and you can really see where some of this stuff really will go for a Ready Player One type of world. And that's what I think the feds and the SEC are really worried about, because they can't get their grubby hands in there to tax that. But I'll show you another thing. I own some shell. This is selenium. This is for a project called Green Rabbit. Just another example here. I will go back to Atomic Hub. I will click out. I will put in green, and hopefully Green Rabbit will pop up. And there you can go, ladies and gentlemen. This pops up. Now, I can see that they sell packs. I can see that they have character cards, and I can see that they have flash drives. Some of these words are going to be specific for the projects. When you find a project, you have to learn about it. It's just like everything else. You don't jump in something new and just know it all. And in crypto, there's thousands of projects. You're going to have to keep up with it if you're really planning to jump in. So if you want something that might be just easy to collect, I know a lot of people collect the Funkos. They actually make Funko NFTs. Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Funkos. Here's some cheap coins. I get that error every once in a while because it is really graphically intensive. We can click here and we can go to rare, and we can see that this little digital card of Funko is going for like $2, right? So you could collect that with your kid. And here's the cool thing about that. Once this is minted on the blockchain, you can trade this with your friends, just the way you can a real baseball card, but you can trade it on the blockchain, and it stays there forever. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's on the internet, so you have to have the internet access, but that's it. And another cool thing is, instead of sending a card to get verified or checked off, inside the blockchain it's coded, and you can see that this is the 1034th asset of this card out of 2,520 supply, and out of that 1,922 or 21 have been unboxed, and the max supply, like I said, is 2,520. That's the cool thing. You can also see the template ID, what series it's from, and that it's from verified Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Funko. And you can do that with all these other projects. And when you click these down here, it actually doesn't take you to the project site. It actually just it like links this for like an auction, which I think is kind of lame. But you can always highlight this down here and see what the user agreement is. Or I'm sure if you type into Google Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Funko Pop NFTs, this will pop up to their webpage. Or if you go on Twitter. There's thousands and thousands of projects, ladies and gentlemen. There's multiple different wallets. You can choose whatever you want to choose. If I want to go back to Green Rabbit, I'll go ahead and I'll log in. And I already minted some assets on this game, so I don't think I'm going to get lucky again. But I want to show this to you. I just showed you I was staking some of my NFTs in our planet, and I was making that game's currency, which I could then use a decentralized platform and change that into Wax to buy more NFTs. Well, this is the same way for Green Rabbit. This game is in development. I am an early backer. I have 6,528 selenium. That's not really a lot of money. Don't let it fool you, which sounds like a lot. And you can see here I can claim 73,000 selenium because my NFTs that I am staking are making me this game's currency. So by investing in this game's product, I am now making this game's currency, which I could then come to a decentralized exchange or DEX, and I can turn that into Wax, and I could add this Wax to my wallet and go buy another project or trade that crypto for something else, anything else. Doesn't matter. Something to be advised about. That's what people do, and they make tons of money doing it. Instead of just flipping NFTs, you can get into some projects and make a lot of money early with that game's currency, depending on when you get in, or if you just ride out the market, because just like every other market, it goes up and down. And just an example, inside here you can also mint NFTs. It's a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll go ahead and I'm going to do something else here. I'm going to go to Atomic Hub. I'm going to click my wallet, click my inventory, and you can see here that I've bought at the current market value about $1,362 worth of NFTs. I bought this one in the last video and I minted that, so I'm sorry I can't get that footage back. I deleted it and I really suck at cutting and pasting, but we're going to go down to some of my Robotech NFTs. I'm going to click this. I'm going to click the Robotech collection, and you can see that this is verified. Does this actually take me to the website, which would be really cool? Awesome. So if you see a wdny.io URL, that will actually take you to the project. I'm going to go ahead and log in here, and I have a video doing this before, but I'm actually going to show you how to take NFTs and mint other NFTs. So usually NFTs come out in a pack, right? So I actually have a starter pack. Interesting. Not gonna sell it. Gonna actually hold on to that. You can come here and we can click craft. Now if you're on Robotech specifically, these won't be read unless you hold 2 cards of this type with this image. I hold many of these cards. We'll just put it that way. And we can see here that I can combine 2 of these cards at a random chance to get one of these cards. Now this is using NFTs to create other NFTs, which is called minting. And I can actually see that I have this mint number, these mint numbers of this card. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this card and this card. And I am going to craft, we'll put this on so you can hear. I'm going to craft a new NFT live. So you've seen me buy one and now you're going to see me mint one. And I have created a bronze Rick Hunter Flight 1. Now, that took a little bit of my processing power on Wax, but that is now in my wallet. I can click view wallet. It will bring me to my wallet, and there you go. You can see that I now have this card in my wallet under this blockchain wallet address. Good to go? That's how you mint a asset. An example of minting a asset. Now, something I should have told you about before, but if you use Wax, instead of being charged a gas fee, you need to stake some Wax to RAM, because RAM is your storage on the Wax blockchain itself. Think of this as when you get a Wax wallet, it's like a brand new PC, right? It has no storage, no processing power, no Wi-Fi. So let's say you get some Wax. You want to stake, not much, but you want to stake a couple into the RAM for storage. If you're not going to buy a lot, you don't need to. But if you're going to use it a lot, you might want to stake some in CPU. I personally have 412 Wax staked in the CPU. It's not a lot. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. And I also have 107 staked in net. And to give you an example of how much that's worth dollar-wise, we'll come to Coin Market Cap, and we will pull up Wax. And you can see Wax P is what we want. We want to look at Wax P, and you can see that it costs a quarter a coin. So, like I said, when you look at these, some of these projects are expensive, and some of them are cheap. And sometimes you might want to get in when the price is down, right? You can see here that Wax has been a nickel. It's been 2 cents before. And it's also been up here at $2 for one coin before. So keep your eyes on the market. But that's just an example here. At any time when you're staking, you can unstake your Wax out of this wallet. And to do that, there is a website called wax.blocks.io. If you use that, you log into your wallet here. Just for an example, I will log into mine. I will come to my account. You can see here where I have this staked in CPU and net, and I can click this and I can unstake it all right now if I wanted to. Now I'm not going to do that because I use the Wax blockchain, and in order to do more transactions I need that staked. Something that makes this different than Ethereum is your CPU resets after a while. So when you stop using the network, your CPU, that number will go down. So if I run that all the way up to 100%, right? If I stop playing games and stop doing things, eventually it's going to drop back down to 6, 1%, 0%. Same thing with the net. But the RAM will always stay up. The more NFTs I have, the more RAM I'm using until I stake more RAM. That's kind of different than Ethereum, because Ethereum on the blockchain, while more and more things are happening, the gas price will get more expensive. So that's kind of like a comparison to different kind of blockchains, how they work. But then in Cardano, let's say I want to trade on CNFT, right? That could They could charge me one Cardano for a transaction, or they could charge me maybe two Cardano. But then there's other things you have to be advised about. Um, we're gonna come back to my profile real quick, and we can see that I did get my male samurai doge. He is now owned by me, and he is in my custody. Um, but when we did that transaction, right, there was a maker and taker fee. So inside of the samurai doge, I believe there was a 5% charge that went to the project, and depending on what project it is, that can go to all holders. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example here of another one. I am involved in the crypto Ricks community. Very small community, only going to be 500 NFTs. They're using it as a kind of a stepping stone to bigger projects. Inside those NFTs, it is coded where everyone who owns one per transaction, they also get a percent of the transaction. So that's the cool thing about smart contracts. You can tie in royalties, you can tie in ownership rights. It's just, imagine a car title. Instead of having to go to the MVA and all through all this red tape, you could literally just send it on the blockchain and it's verified. Now you can say, well, what if somebody forces me to do that? Well, yeah, that's true. That's the downside. But that think custody being transferred forth back and forth on a digital ledger just faster, right? And yeah, right now some stuff's really expensive, but some stuff isn't. And that's something that Ethereum is working forward to changing with ETH 2.0. And that's something a lot of these projects aim at, to make cheaper transactions that are less energy intensive and that don't cost as much money. And that's the big debate now that's going around with the Green Party and with all these people. So, and that's a big thing that might influence you politically on what blockchain you want to choose. Me personally, might sound bad, but I really don't care. I don't think it takes as much power as people make it seem like it does, and I do think some blockchains are faster, and there are some blockchains that currently don't have NFTs that will in the future, and one of those is XRP. So if you're an XRP fanboy, when the Flare network, I believe, is launching, there's people already minting NFTs on that or getting ready to. And I'm going to kind of stop this video here, but there's many chains, there's many different types of NFTs. Some of them are games, some of them are music. I'll go back and I'll show you one more out of my collection. I've covered this in a video as well. We have the Skulls project, and I talked about a little bit earlier, where they want to make 3D characters that are animated that will be able to perform music, and there's going to be real people that sing the music, but it's going to be in like NFT format for people to kind of own like the songs and to attend the concerts, right? And I'm trying to think about which one has the music to it, and I think it's this one. Could be wrong. Let me go to Atomic Cup here, come to my wallet, my inventory. I will select the collection. Go to Skulls. One of them should have a play icon. We'll let them load. It's been a minute since I've been into my NFTs. I think it's this one. Is it not playing music? One of these plays music, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with me for a second while I find it. Where are you at? Well, I'm really slacking. Uh, Anyways, I have some doubles of these. So if you do have a wax ID, drop it below and I'll I'm gonna give out some of my doubles. I could have swore these played music, but maybe it's one of these. Um, Whatever. I'll go to the Skulls projects just so you guys can get an example. You on the marketplace, because I can't remember which ones I actually own. Is it Epic? And we'll go ahead and we'll click. Really? Is it just Epic or Rare? Rare do it too? Guess Rare doesn't. So Epic it is. And for the sake of this, we'll just click we'll click hide area here, and we can click, and you can see that she plays music. So that's an example of an NFT that plays music. Which I could have swore I had some of those that did that, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I got them in. So I own some rares, but none that play music. Interesting. I'll have to reanalyze my collection. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end that there. You have seen me mint NFTs. You have seen me stake NFTs to make game currencies. You have seen how you can change that game's currency that you make off NFTs into other blockchain assets. You have seen me do live trades on a trading platform of OpenSea. You have seen me convert crypto and send crypto from one wallet to another off of a fiat on and off ramp exchange. And you have seen how to find NFTs on Discord and on Twitter. This is a long, informative video, but I hope it has been educational, and I hope it will help you in your NFT journey. And I've also shown you that some NFTs will flop, while others can go from anywhere from 1 Ethereum to $300,000 worth of Ethereum. You all stay blessed. Have a great day. And if you make a Wax wallet, make sure you stake some Wax inside of RAM and drop me your address so I can drop you a Robotech, a Skulls, or some kind of NFT for free. At least to the first few of you that do that. Have a good one. I will catch you next time. This is the Crypto Tengu. Peace out.